Just wanted to check in, people. Just checking in. Just checking in. Because, I'm sitting here today, I'm watching, doing services online. You know, and maybe it's me, maybe something is wrong with me. Maybe I see the world in a different way. I don't know if it's my experiences or, if am I not vested enough? Or is it that sometimes we're tired of the fluff and just need to speak our minds, like just say something? I'm watching, and a few weeks ago they had a crusade in this same church. I shared a couple of the videos. And I watched and I listened and I supported them there. But again, in my head, I keep saying, it's the same message year in, year out, crusades after crusade after crusade after crusade. It's the same content. And this morning I'm listening and I'm sitting there and in the chat, I'm encouraging people. I said, you know what, people, instead of us sitting here talking about the Pope and how the Pope looking for 1 billion people to come in, a lot of school children, how many Nobel Peace Prize winners and what have you, and they're looking to strengthen their ideologies. But then we sit down and we're still sitting about the three angels message and the this and the that, and instead of getting, I said in the chat, so what are we doing about that? We feel like we are so comfortable in our little space like this. And that's what I don't understand. Like, we're living in communities that are struggling, communities that are hungry, communities. People are willing to get out and serve God, if we give them a reason. If we give them a reason. Because too many of us are just getting up and talking, and we're not doing a darn thing. The same thing that just preached in the crusade. And today's Sabbath again, they're beating it, milking it. And they're living in communities where people would get up and come out. You're having crusade and you're getting 10, 20, 30 people maybe to baptize. And you have how many set of people sitting down there who need support. That's what we don't understand, people. If we support people where the needs are, people are going to get up and say, yes, in truth, there's a supreme being. I need to serve him because I see how he has helped to make changes in my neighbor's life. But we just sit down and every day we just think that it's just looking forward to Saturday morning, get up and dress up and go to church and that's enough. That's not enough. If we want to grow our numbers, we got to get up and get out there and do what we have to do. People must see a reason why. If the Pope and all of the rest of them are getting up and moving their people, why aren't we doing the same thing? So I keep questioning them in the comment. I said, we just talked about that, but we're here now preaching the same thing. Why aren't we getting out there and building people up, lifting up people? A lot of us, we have personal businesses. We don't even employ one of the people to come in and get a bread. And if we do, we make it so hard for them. We're so miserable. And we're so quick to put down and kiss teeth and give up. We're not patient and kind and humble. Everything become and overwhelming and just. So how are we going to reach people if we are not able to even start, sometimes even at home, to reach the kids around us, to reach the family members around us? Can we talk a good talk when we get into church, but who are we when we step out the church door? Who are we? Are we patient? Are we kind? Is there any humility? Or do we just feel like once the church door closes, then we become this kind of an unbearable creature who just think that I have mine, where is yours? Because don't think that blessings only come in riches, Blessings come in the humble humility, and how much humility we display to others around us, how much sympathy we display, how tolerant we are. So blessings don't come because you have riches to think that you're blessed. That's not it. Blessings come from how we manage the riches we have. Don't forget that God tells us, He said, it's easier for the camel to get through the half a needle. Because some of we're just busy hoarding up and we look down at other people. If somebody's trying to do them, we try to discourage them because we tell them, oh, if we believe that God is always providing. If we believe those words, Jehovah Jireh, Daddy, I see the knife, I see everything, but I don't see the lamb to be slaughtered. And Father said, Jehovah Jireh, God will provide. And He did provide the lamb, right? He did provide the ram for the altar. But in our world, guys, I just sat down and I was on there watching the man just talking. We talk so much. We're eloquent speakers. We just talk and talk and talk. But where's the action that goes with the talking? The actions go a farther way than some people sitting on the diners, dying to sleep probably. They don't want to hear the talking. Because they want to see the actions. So if we want people to come, if we want to bring people to what we are offering, then we have to go out there and remember that. If they're hungry, you must feed them. Don't think that people are willing to listen to you when they're wondering where their next meal is going to come from. When they left their children at home and they're out there begging and trying to make a way. Don't think that they're interested in what you have to say. You better show them and prove to them that when you woke up this morning, you didn't have anything to put in your pot, that a neighbor did come up and give you 1 pound of fish or 1 pound of something for you and your kids them. And so you can give them that hopeful story so they can feel hopeful likewise. But this thing, we need to stop it. We need to stop it. We've beaten it and beaten it and beaten it. The same books. Every year I got baptized when I was 17. How long ago that was? 17 years old when I got baptized. And it has been the same message that I listened to that took me to the river. And it's the same message the next year. And the next year again they call crusade, and it's the same message. And everybody who gets up in the pulpit is the same message. From doom and gloom to Daniel's dream. The doom and the gloom, the doom and the gloom. And if you don't do this, then this is good. Without saying, listen, none of us are perfect, We're not perfect. But I needed to believe in Christ because for me, this is where I was. And these are the things that He helped me with. And it's not for us to just go tell people and then walk away, expect other people to do the work. But to tell them and to say, you know what I'm going to do for you, because when I was where you were, somebody gave me an opportunity. So I'm going to give you. It's not to look good upon rostrum and have the eloquent talks. But it's also to do the do, guys. Do the do. Somebody was there to help you. And now look what I'm going to do for you. I am going to give you the first book for you to go there. I'm going to give you the first $500 for you to get from point A to point B. I'm going to give you the car fare. But some of us, we just come up and we jump on pulpit and we think that's it. And then we walk away and some farmer might come and give you the best bunch of banana and the nicest yam in the field. And we just take it and we keep going. And we give nothing back because we think when we preach, that's the job we have to do. But it's prayer and potato. It's a message with something else. So let's not just preach, people. Let's not just talk. Hungry people not listening. Tired and worn out people not listening. Poor people need to see what's coming next. So let us not jump up on pulpit looking good and run our mouths because we can speak the words. We study the words and we know it from back to front, and every year we come up and it's the same thing. We just add another portion of the doom and gloom in it. And then we're done. We walk away, run with jokes, and we put people down, and we're gone. And this pastor was preaching, yeah, I have the words. But then he got to the point tonight when he talked about, oh, him people so fat and healthy. Look at him healthy. Him healthy, he's so healthy. And you look at the fools when they talk, and you look at how quickly they get cut down. Because we know that whether we're skinny or we're fat, diabetes can hit us. I told you the story of the guy in the Uber who was just don't know what to do with himself, because as skinny as he was, he didn't know what to do with the diabetes. Because these things are not joke, they're not partial, they're not racist. They're not going to pick on one person and not pick on others. So they're not partial in their picking, they're not selective. Fat, skinny, short, tall. Anybody can drop dead from a heart attack. I remember the news anchor here in CT. Beautiful lady, skinny, dresses well, eats very healthy. When you listen to their conversations, you're not expecting them to even die. You're expecting them to live forever. Can they have no extra meat on the bones? They watch what they eat. They do, but that's not it only, right? There's a lot more to the thing, man. There's a lot more to it. So we might sit down and feel like, yeah, we're skinny, so we're safe. But let's not feel so comfortable. When I hear him sit up on the stage and he prance and he carry on and he talks about other people and the fats and the sick and the ticket, and I'm looking at him like, you're sick in the head. And that's the worst kind of sick. It's better for me to have the weight than to sick up in this head filled with that kind of self-righteousness and all of that. Humble ourselves and watch God make the way and lift us up. Get out there and pick people up, don't push them down. Maybe that's why more people not coming. Because they feel like, if you feel like that about people who are fat, then why should I come be among you? So lift people up. Don't look at the outside appearance. Thank God that our God is not a God who looks at the outside and judges, but he looks at the heart. He looks at what you're thinking, how you treat people. How you treat people. Don't he say to us that he comes to us many times and we didn't do a darn thing for him, because guess what? We're not looking for somebody like him. We're not looking for a fat God. We're not looking for what we paint in our heads as the God we're looking for is not who is going to come. The little man walking down the road barefooted. It might not sound so sensible, but if you reach out and treat him like somebody, I bet him talk sense. The man who living on one room, rain and wet him up at night time, or at daytime when rain fall, he must sleep in a wet stuff. But he must sleep in there and he might get up and him still a gone. Then if you look out for them, commit Christ taking the form of that man. Remember when he was born a stable, born in a stable. Never born in a grand, how much bedrooms and how much bathrooms, and we must remember those things. We can't be preaching them, and then when we walk off the stage, it's just a joke. Because we know how to speak it, so we speak it, but we don't know how to live it, and we don't know how to identify it. We don't know where to find it. Because we come to church in our finest garbs. So I just had to speak out, because I just had to speak now, because I'm just tired of the fake. I'm just tired of the showcasing. I'm just tired of all of that status building. Let us learn to be humble people. Let us climb down off our pedestals. Climb down off them before Christ. have to put us down from up there. And let us learn to be humble. Let us let people see that it's okay. Don't let people think that I don't fit in. Let people feel comfortable to be part of. And that's how we're going to grow. And as they come in, their children will come in. And as their children come in, they're going to live and encourage their children to come in. And that's how we're going to expand. That's how our big churches, and that's how the seats are going to get filled. That's how those of you passing around the church plate and robbing people of what they have, that's how you're going to be able to find funds and understand that what you collect is to give back to those poor people. Not for you to live grand. Not for you to drive nice cars and live in houses covered with white carpets and empty bedrooms sitting there. Bring in some people. Bring in some humble people. I'm not telling you to go out there and go pick up robbers and thieves. But there are many amongst us who need a place to sleep. A decent place to sleep. But we can't do it, right? Because we cannot be seen. We can only come to church, preach to them, talk to them. And we tell them, do what I say, but not what I do, because I cannot be part of you. The people rise up and stop. Just stop. Just stop it. Stop jumping up on pulpits and make it seem like. Let us start mixing among those who are among us. Sit and break bread with them. And give them hope. Give them hope. Bring hope to the hopeless. Stop the grand talking. Stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it. I'm tired of it. Show me, don't tell me. Show me